All right, today I'm going to show you distance on the coordinate plane. So we are on page 432. Please pause the video and open your book to page 432. You're going to take notes and do some problems with me. Okay, one thing that we can do to find distance on a coordinate plane is use the Pythagorean theorem. So let's take a look at number 1. It says graph the ordered pairs 3, 0 and 7, negative 5. Then find the distance C between the 2 points. Round to the nearest tenth. So the first thing you want to do is graph these 2 points. So 3, 0 is this point right here. 7, negative 5 is this point right here. So now they want us to find the distance between these 2 points. So we're going to call this line C. But we can't count these squares diagonally. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw in a right triangle. We can go from here to here and then here to here and draw these sides in to create a right triangle. Or we can draw this line up here and then this line over to create our right triangle on top right here. Either way, you can do it. So now once you draw in the sides to create your right triangle, you're going to count those sides because we can count how long this line is a horizontal or a vertical line. So this line that we drew in is 1, 2, 3, 4 units long. So that's where we get the 4. This line is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units long. So now basically we have our 2 legs of our right triangle. We have our A side and our B side. So now we're going to use this 4 unit long side and this 5 unit long side to find side C. So you're going to write 4 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared. These are our legs, our A and B. So now 4 times 4 is 16, plus 5 times 5 is 25, equals C squared. You're going to add these two together. 41 equals C squared. And then remember your final step is to square root this. So once you take your calculator and you plug it in and round to the nearest tenth, you will get 6.4. So the hypotenuse, side C, the distance between these 2 points is approximately 6.4. Okay, so now let's look at number 2, or this next problem. So we are going to first graph these 2 points. So you graph them on your coordinate plane and I will do it on mine. So let's graph 1, 3 and plot a point. And then let's graph this next point, negative 2, 4. Negative 2, 4. Okay, so now we want to find the distance between these 2 points, but again, it's a diagonal line. You can't count the unit squares on a diagonal line. So you're going to draw in a right triangle. So you can either go down and over to create the sides of your right triangle, your legs, or we could have gone up and over and created our 2 legs this way. Either way is fine. Okay, so now let's count the units, count how long your legs are. So this leg right here, this vertical leg, is 1 unit long. So this horizontal leg is 1, 2, 3 units long. So now we have our A and B of the Pythagorean theorem. We're going to use A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And you're going to do that in your book. Write that down. Now your 1 and 3, those are your legs. So we're going to write 1 squared plus 3 squared equals C squared. Let's solve this. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Add these two together. 10 equals C squared. And then your final step, remember you're going to square root and round to the nearest tenth. So once you plug the square root of 10 into your calculator, you will get 3.2 when you round to the nearest tenth. Okay, now please turn your page to page 434, and we're going to try one more of these. Look at 434, and we're going to look at the guided practice number 1 problem. Okay, so this says, graph the ordered pairs 1, 5, and 3, 1, and then find the distance between the points, round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so let's graph these 2 points. 1, 5. Let's graph the first one, 1, 5. So you're going to go over 1 and up 5. Now graph your next point, 3, 1. Go over 3 and up 1. Okay, so we are asked to find the distance between these 2 points, but again, it's a diagonal and we can't count this way. So we're going to draw in our legs. So if I go over, we're going to make a right triangle and draw in the legs. So now let's count how long our legs are. So this leg is 2, 1, 2 units long. This leg is 1, 2, 3, 4 units long. So now we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. These are the legs of our right triangle. So this is your A and B. So 4 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. So 4 times 4 is 16. 2 times 2 is 4. We're going to add those two together to get 20, and then we're going to square root. That's our last step. So if you grab your calculator, let's just make sure you're rounding it correctly. So we're going to plug in the square root of 20. So if you have a calculator like mine, you're going to hit the shift button, the second button, and then this x squared. See the yellow square root sign right above it? I'm going to hit that, and then I'm going to enter 20. So if I round to the nearest tenth, remember I have to look at the next number over. You see that? Okay, that's a 7, so that bumps that up to a 5, so 4.5. So that diagonal is 4.5. All right, we will practice more of distance on a coordinate plane tomorrow.